In Final Fantasy 4 Free Enterprise, over the last year, we've had up and comers, we've had veterans, but it really takes a lot of skill and a lot of luck to be consistent throughout the last two or so years. Well, also just about that. Today, we're showcasing two of these people, Dia and Scratchdragon, head to head for round 2 of the Swiss round of the Lali-Ho League. I'm Poidrag. Alongside me is Judge Infinius, as we have Daphus on the restream and Cubs Rule on the tracking today. Judge Infinius, or Infinius, however you want to be known today, we've got a banger here, haven't we?
Oh, this is such a banger. Like, this is, to me, this is probably one of the more hype race of this week. Seeing a player of Dia's caliber race up against one of the older veterans, Scratchdragon. It's going to be very interesting to see how things pan out.
Yeah, and they are both so consistent, and they're going to be fast, and they're going to be on top of things. They can face any situation and that comes ahead of them, which is going to be good because they've got a telestart and they need to find Rydia and Kane, so they know roughly what they're doing. How they get there, that's their own game.
Yeah, and honestly, having two character quests as opposed to and 0 boss hunts means that when it's less like you're going to be checking Mist Cave, Waterfall, because the only thing that really punishes there is if there's a certain misty dragon of some sort, but not actually a dragon hiding there.
Yeah, the cunning Mist Dragon or Demist is going to be squirreled away somewhere, and she will enable a key item behind Rydia's mother in Mist. But character spots are a slightly different beast. We know there's a few out of the way places. There's the Giant, there's the Package, there's the Sand Ruby. Three places that haven't really been frequented as much lately, because you haven't needed them usually.
Yeah, and if we do have to go up through Giant, it's going to be a very rough one, because we are not, unlike in past flags or past versions where you could just leave the Giant whenever you wanted to. This flag set, we do have to complete it. And we've got our runs off and running. We have a Rydia start and Teller. That's also very interesting, given our objectives are to get Rydia, because this Rydia does not count towards this objective. We have to find a second Rydia.
Yeah, and this start doesn't exactly spark a whole lot of joy in the offensive capabilities side right now. Rydia comes at level 1, 30 hit points. We do have Sineki, so no armor, so very squishy. Teller comes at level 20, but doesn't have really too many spells right now until you go up to Ordeals, and also very squishy behind those 340 hit points. So you really want to find a third character.
Yeah.
Right now.
An interesting piece of divergence already, whereas where Dia's going through Watery Pass, I imagine she's going to full loot that, given that she has an exit mage, whereas Scratchdragon is losing Damsian first.
Yeah, this is a sort of divergence you see a little bit more among the older to newer style players, as Watery Pass is high on the side of both density. It's a bit of a longer thing to go through, but higher quality gear, while Scratchdragon's going through Damsian is an older play, but you've got chests right there, just not higher quality loot.
Okay, I think Dia's doing something which I've seen her do a lot lately, which is, after losing Watery Pass, check the Captain Kaipo just to see if Sand Ruby is one of our objectives. But she's also set up a save. Oh, there's an Eddie there, so unlikely we're going to pick that Eddie up anytime soon. But we do have some titles, some albums he might have access to in the future.
Yeah, unless we find a Spoon very early and a Sand Ruby very early together, yeah, that Edward is likely going to be sitting in that bed and having a nap for the rest of the day. I certainly don't blame him.
Yeah, I do not blame. Yeah, so Scratchdragon, go for Antline. I think this is actually an interesting play. I don't know. It's one of those things where you have to be very confident you are able to get through this with just a Rydia with a rod and a Tiller.
Depends what he's found. I didn't really he paid too much attention, but I don't think he found anything amazing. Sorcerer Robe isn't too bad, but no real spells at the moment. We've got a Silver Knife for Rydia. And it looks like that's going to be the way Scratchdragon's playing it. The Silver Knife Rydia.
Yep. Meanwhile, Dia actually checking the Hob summon, finding that it is Odin, and also is looting the back of Hobbs as well. Finds an elixir. I think I saw a Drain Spear and Assassin Dagger. So no, that's not. I mean, you're hoping for better, but you're not too sad about things.
Here more than the equipment. Rosa, and that's Bahamut. So this is levels, and this is a breath of air for Scratchdragon. Water Hag, hit 3 times. You're through this fight. Don't need to worry too much about your own damage because this spot doesn't hit too hard, especially with the gear that they've got for armor at least. So this is exactly what Scratch wanted to see.
Yeah, but on the other side, Dia has found Rosa and Bahamut on Hobbs, so that's also a free fight because you get to reflect the Mega Nuke. That's I feel like, but I think someone in chat pointed out both runners got lucky on this.
Yeah, they definitely both got lucky with the fight, but I believe they're just going to crisscross and get the other character now. I would say this puts Dia at a slightly more advantageous place. At least I would, except Rosa didn't survive that, so didn't get the experience.
Rosa did. Rosa did. Rosa actually got the Star Veil. What Dia did was use life up Teller.
Yeah, I got them mixed up down the wrong way. Never mind.
No, but the big takeaway is that to me is that Rydia got levels on Scratchdragon's side. On Dia's side, Rydia got knocked down.
That's not as bad right now as Rydia can. The first levels don't really hold a lot of experience. It's later on that you really either want to power level that Rydia or just leave her down. Dia may be thinking of both at the moment because it's so early.
Yeah, no, it's fair. I mean, it just happened that the way the boss script panned out is by only using one Star Veil, it made it more convenient to keep her down. But yeah, as you predicted, our runners have crisscrossed. So
and not raising up that radio. So seems like Dia is saying she's going to be my agility anchor later on, or unless I find a Bahamut summon, or maybe a Sylph.
Ooh, so Scratchdragon, instead of trying to use a Star Veil to get through this fight, opted to use a Grimoire, roll into Odin, which sadly doesn't do anything this fight.
But here comes the Chocobo.
And I actually think that Scratchdragon is actually kind of wasting time here trying to rush it through and not use a Star Veil. I think
a little bit, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. Teller's going to be getting the experience here. Not the person I would personally want, but
Yeah.
both players conserve in their star veils.
I
Even
can't
though they
also.
started out before.
It's weird because I thought Scratchdragon must have looted one because I thought they had 3. Interesting. But no, as you predicted, they're now crisscrossing their paths. They are just slightly ahead, but no, it's still early to say it's definitive for now.
Yeah. Quick check of the thing. We're not looking for any particular boss except Demist, so this is just really a check to see if she's there. Otherwise, off for ball for both, and we'll likely be following the same path until we find probably either the Darkness Crystal or a way underground.
Well, interesting. Again, interesting.
Go to Baron.
I mean, you have the Baron key from Outline, so but yes, I think this is an interesting one. This is a interesting call. I think I'm not sure something I would. This is interesting. Scratchdragon opening the old the sewers and looting it.
Who was the boss at the start?
Or
is he just coming to pick up those first? Just picking up those first 4 and running out. Okay.
Interesting.
To be honest, going through the wall at the moment with just Rosa at a fairly low level and Teller does not strike joy to my heart. So Scratch isn't really missing out on too much right now.
Yeah, it's fair.
That's not a bad pickup if we find a Cecil.
Oh, there's a second Rydia already. So
objective 5. I don't think you're going to be going for that just yet. Although the Cow and Brenner dolls aren't exactly a threat in that particular spot, only having a few hit points each, it's the one behind which Scratchdragon I don't believe is fully suited for at the moment.
No, it'd be such a gamble to take that fight at this point in time. Given that it has around 4,000 hit points, we've already seen Water Hag. Obviously, it can't be Kelka Brenner, which wouldn't be a fun fight either. I think the only character you would actually want to see there would be only fight you could reasonably do is actually King Queen Evelyn, and that's it.
Close to that, yeah. Wyvern might be okay with reflecting the Mega Nuke, but yeah, there's not too many you would want to fight there. But that does limit our sort of things here, because Evil Wall is crushing on Dia quite literally, and that's with what they've got, they aren't really going to make that any easier right now. No. And the other place is Ordeals, and although the first spot is free, the second one usually is not.
Okay, so Dia's through, which is impressive, but on Scratchdragon's side, finds I think this is in Silvera, finds Dancing Daggers. That's going to help actually make good use of Rydia, because she's one of the few characters that can equip it.
Oh yeah, the Dancing Dagger usually does around 200 to 400 damage every time you use it as an item, so that could turn things in his favor a little bit and get through it a bit quicker. It will bring out the Petrify counter, but if you can kill it quick, you don't need to worry. Or Evil Wall.
Yeah, meanwhile, Dia, after the thing that Evil Wall that somehow is attacking a castle somehow, Gets rewarded with the Twin Harp. Twin Harp, that is one of our objectives. So we might be in for a very fast one here, given that we have sighting of 2 of our 5 objectives, and we only need to do 4.
Yeah. The only thing I don't like about this is our current team setup. Sure, Rose is amazing and as a character. Teller has his uses. Rydia right now, and we know we've got 2 of them in our first 4, doesn't have much apart from that dancing dagger, and there's only 1. So Cave Magnus is not really on the table. If we get a hook from one of the other locations, this starting team, unless there's someone hard hitting in the hook route, this team doesn't strike joy for a hook seed.
Ooh, and okay, thank you for the raid RPG limit break. You've caught up into a very, very interesting race we've got going here between Dia and Scratchdragon. Our random objectives are Kane to get Kane Rydia. You'll see that we already have a Rydia because she was one of our starting characters. We spotted her in, was it Baron Inn? And as you see on Dia's side of the field, we found Twin Harp defending football from an evil wall.
Yeah, someone really put a hex on those walls. I was in for ball today.
So just to catch up on something that just happened, that I'm not sure I just noticed that Dia went back to Kaipo for a stack of 10 vampires. I love buying vampires, especially with very little damage. This is a play.
Yeah, if you've got the money, which we've found plenty of things to actually sell, picking up a vampire or 5 or 10 definitely helps the early damage you need to get to dish out. Meanwhile, Scratch is going at them dolls, hoping for again through the second boss easily to get this Rydia objective.
Toad recall, nice.
That's one way to deal with the officer and soldiers. One thing you don't want to see, though, in the second spot of Baron Inn is a punchy boss. You can't get too much punchier than Palladium.
I mean, it also does it does 2 other things. It also slows when you try to hit it, and also do not cast summons on it. Because you're not gonna have a good time if you do that.
Yeah, and since that's pretty much all you've got in this particular team composition right now, yeah, it also absorbs elements. So yeah, from spells. Those vampires are the best things you can use against it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, also Dancing Dagger is also non-elemental, so that's also something.
It doesn't have the health really to stay alive after a punch.
Minor detail. Oh yeah, we have blink with. Yeah, you can just blink with Teller. It's fine.
I suppose. But if Teller gets punched, then you're still not gonna.
Well,
yeah. I understand completely. That spot is fairly slow, so you should be able to get the blinks up with Teller fairly easily. But it's a dicey situation that you don't really want to deal with, especially in a race of this high caliber.
Yeah, I think also interesting heads up play from Dia's perspective. She managed to get a life glitch on the officer, and that's which is a nice boost of more additional HP. And that is a fun one. Karate at the back attack spot. We get to another kick around the world.
Yep, there he goes. Fast as lightning. Well, fast as a kick in the back of the head.
Yeah.
Here come the vampires. 3,000 hit points in this spot, so you're going to need more than the vampires. But shouldn't be too bad. Teller should be able to keep up with the healing for the most part. Which is something really often.
Yeah. Oh, the vampires also help with the healing, but no, this should be fine.
Scratch is going to be relying on this dancing dagger, so yeah, his one is going to be definitely a bit slower, and Rose is going to be on healing. I'm not sure if he does have that big bomb, but I think he's going to save that for the Calbrenner fight again.
Yeah, most likely. It's highly unlikely that you'll ever find a better use of that. Oh, did Deer count the damage correctly?
Well, we're just about to find out. The answer is
yes. Actually, yes. What threw her calculation off was the kick. Took 35 hit points off Teller. So yeah, that was. But you know, a hit from Rosa with a life staff, and yeah, we're good to go.
I think it's a silver staff, but either way it goes, unless you pick one up in somewhere. But yeah, I know she came with a silver staff at least.
No, I think when she did a huge amount of relatively huge amounts of equipping in Antline, so she has the life staff.
Okay.
Ooh, that is a pink tail from Ordeal. So now this is going to pick up really fast.
Yeah, that's another piece of our objective. So what I'm thinking right now is we've got two places that we've got underground access to be in. And one is going to be behind that pale dim in Baron Inn, which isn't exactly nice. And the other one is that Twin Hop, which we don't really have a lot of offensive attacking power for.
I think there's one even ruder option that's available to us, which if this is the actual answer, I'm going to be excited for, and that is Demas being at the Mega Sister spot, being out in Tinderway Underground.
Yeah, that is always a possibility. Having had it a few times and once in this particular tournament, it is something on the mind. But I'm not looking at that until the very last thing.
Oh yes, I totally agree. Like you basically check. Like I think you actually, if you find a hook, I think you just go through that first before you even think about there being a Magma Key and Demist.
Gilbert does bring up a good point. It could be Baron and Castle as well, since we do have the Baron
Key. Oh, that's
Key.
true. We have the Baron Key.
But with Teller actually online now with a Charm Rod, Sorcerer Robe, and Ninja Hat, this Peldim isn't as scary because virus.
Yes, and also, you know, I guess with the Ninja Hat, you also get, you're also making yourself a lot faster. Ooh, so interesting things. I don't think we just gotta check on that Baron weapon armor shop, but there are iron rings which would be very useful to make our intimate twin heart check faster, but also curse rings for sale.
Yeah, Scratchdragon did not check that armor shop. He checked the weapon shop. He did not check the armor shop, so he doesn't know that the curse ring is sitting there waiting.
Yeah, and alright, so on Dia's side, this first fight should be very quick. Virus is going to take out all doors pretty safely. There we go.
Scratch is through a plague, so it's just about to pick up his spells for Teller, and is likely going to be heading back as well. Oh, there's something. Dia has a Moonveil.
Oh.
Using a Moonveil here on Teller, and it's got a couple of Ether ones, makes this fight free.
Given how much those viruses did, I think Dia's plan is to basically be, I am faster than this pale dim. I'm gonna have Rydia act as a tank by being absorbing hits, and be done with it.
Yeah, Teller is doing a lot of work with that virus spell, especially with a Charm Rod and Sorcerer Robe available.
Yeah. Gonna be for HP ran out. Never mind. I was gonna say I think just about to fall a bit short, but no. Got an HP ran out kill.
Yeah.
Oh goody. A weapon for a character we need to get later.
Well, at least we know he's in the seed.
Yeah, it's true. So it's not like we're going to sell it anytime soon.
Yeah, it's not like that crystal sword that you pick up and then Cecil's nowhere to be found.
Oh, you just sell it, right? Just make things easy for yourself.
Well, it is a lot of money.
Hmm. Like it's like 7 sirens or something like that, right?
Something like that. 7.8.
Yeah, because it's S quarter. So, all right, so Dia, continuing with the logical progression, is going to get we'll find out who the first boss is, because my memory is saying it was a Lunar Sparkle. And if it actually ends up being Wyvern, I think you just are meant to reset out of that, because that's your way underground.
Yeah, or at least look at your agility situation. Look at that cursed ring again back in town. Because he can, although that particular spot's attack power is not quite enough to destroy itself with the Mega Nuke, it's close enough that it'll only take a couple of hits, and with a base level Rydia and a Teller with a ninja hat, you do have a relative 1 agility Teller for once.
Yeah. You'll have to see it, RA1 Teller. Scratchdragon getting through for ball with everyone's favorite thing that Teller should not be able to cast, Meteor. Oh, so it's Leviathan. Okay, that's not as bad.
No,
but awkward.
Lit free with Teller should be fine. We're gonna be riding Teller for quite a bit of this at the moment.
It's fair. Like, lit free should actually managed to get the knockout on our second Rydia, so we have preserved our anchor at least. And yep, the Leviathan down.
Now, who would you like on the phone?
What from a commentator's perspective, or from
a viewer's point of view?
I don't know. I think given that our restream it, I think we want vanilla.
Kanyotsu could be fairly interesting. I'm looking for Wyvern myself, or Golbez.
How about some guards instead?
I guess.
That's also Toad also works.
Toad works very well against these guards.
Yeah, and they're not going to do that much damage, since we should have rune rings on everyone, and they are all mage types. So yeah, and yeah, we're through.
Yeah, prevents them from casting spells, which they do on their counterattacks. Either Piggy for spells, or Mini or Size for physical attacks. Without those, they pretty much don't have a chance here, especially with weak combos as well. Of course, he does need to finish the fight, finish the hit.
I find it comical that so far we had 2 attempts at trying to life glitch these guards, and both attacks missed. But
I don't think the life glitch is going to be too.
Yeah, I think we'll probably be on that point anyway, right? Or any XP you can take is is as long as it doesn't cost you that many life potions. Oh, hey, it's an edge. Well, that's going to help us. That's going to help getting through that. At the very least, Cave Max, given how that is a very high magic defense spot.
Yeah. I don't think we've seen any weapons for him though. Not even those long blades.
I mean, if you're desperate, you can give him dancing daggers. Oh, we also have a cat claw, I think, which helps with stomach agility.
Yeah, it doesn't promote a whole lot.
Yeah. It's not a good item, but like we're at scraping bottle of barrel kind of things.
And we know Scratchdragon's got a dancing dagger. I don't think Dia does, so I think we're limited to those.
Oh, chat does bring up a good point. We also have an assassin dagger, so that's actually decent. Also, yeah, Earth Crystal. Let's just go get that treasury first, right?
Yeah, you want equipment for Edge, you go check that now.
Yeah.
But it also is 2 character checks, so we could find Arcane up in the tower.
That's true. At the very least, you go
rabbit hole for our underworld access.
Yeah, that's right. So that's actually every single. That is actually every single rabbit hole, isn't it? Huh.
Yep. Protect rings, right? Oh, there's our cursed ring.
Mute dagger is also very good.
Mute dagger you want to see for Edge. He makes amazing use out of it. It's good for your Black Mage casters, as in Rydia and Palom, but Edge is the one that really makes that shine with his attacking prowess.
Ooh, Stardust is right as well. Ooh,
and a boomerang. Boomerang might seem like a whole lot, but it does back row glitch that Edge, and it is relative to a sort of short katana, so it's not too bad, at least at this point. Later down the line, you will want something better.
So remind me again, Edge normally starts with a black belt and a black belt in a bandana, right?
Yes, and does have a black belt gi and a bandana. The only thing she is missing for that Edge is the silver gauntlet and a couple of shorts.
Yeah.
And to be honest, she's got better than that right now. With a strength ring or a rune ring, both are very good options for Edge, and the boomerang and mute dagger.
But no, we are about to get our objective. Dia is on her way to the Cave Magnus.
Yeah, this is definitely the best one to go for right now. You're going to go back to Earth, to Troya for picking up the Enterprise anyway. You can do Zot at the same time. This is definitely the progress you want to do, especially since this is an objective. What's the saying? Do your freebies, do your objectives.
Yeah, exactly. Get yourself on the board. Who knows? It might actually, with any luck, it actually leads you to your into another objective.
Hook would put number 3 on the board.
Yeah, exactly. So, and also it'll be your access underground, so you can. Oh, it's probably your access underground, given that and allows you to actually forge with the adamant. But I guess both of us will be quiet for just a moment as we are about to get the fine tunes of DJ Spoony B.
Oh, you can be. I'm going to talk all the way through it and suddenly Daphus cuts me off.
Would you do that? That seems like a rude thing to do.
He would do it. It's me. So, Chrono Trigger, Millennial Fair,
Yeah.
but we
No.
did a bit of worrying for nothing with that particular boss.
Yeah, like exactly. Like that was actually a lot easier because it just that was a hook. Yeah, we just got to heal tank through that and we're through. And that is
Yeah.
a hook that we have to get again. We said do your objectives. Yeah, as I said, completing Cave Madness leads to the pink tail. So that is required music.
Twice. And so 1, 3, and 5 are going to be completed very quickly. Do you do Zot now, or do you go and do that at Pinktail first?
I think you just check the pink. I think you just check the pink tail. I think, like, if you want to know, I think for the information what item you're getting, because if you get say like a crystal sword or
Mazamune for
yeah.
Edge would be amazing.
Yeah.
But Bahamut would be amazing right now.
Yeah. Excalibur, I mean, it's not crystal sword, but it's still a very good pickup.
Yeah, and we, even though Cecil might not be in the seed, he might be. So there's a weapon for him as well, and you can throw it.
Yes, very important that you can throw it
in time.
So, oh boy, so we are actually a cane away from go mode, huh? And we have 3 character checks available to us.
Yeah, we still need a way to Zeromus through the Dark Crystal.
That's true. Yeah.
But we are basically there. We've just changed. The Earth Crystal has a good possibility of being it because 2 characters.
Yeah, agreed. It's actually kind of I think if I was the runners, I'd be kind of panicking right now, given what I'm seeing here.
Okay, here's a theory for you.
Yeah.
Kane is up here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you also get the Darkness Crystal. Do you do Giant? For to do to get through it. To get your levels. Because Sirens haven't exactly been found. And the possibility of them being on the moon. But do you want to, just let's say they're not there. Do you go through Giant?
I think it depends on whether we found a Siren. Oh, I think you're meant to in that spot. I think because you're so far away from getting to 1200 HP strats. We don't have an Edward to be able to do Eddie strats, and Eddie strats is so 1200 HP strats requires a whole bunch of levels, and we have a party of. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. The yes, 1200 hit point strats are a possibility with a little bit of work. And we know we've got not vampires on the overworld and Sarvel there. But let's face it, the only one you're going to get at or close to 1200 hit points at this point is Edge, and he doesn't exactly get them quick.
No, you're right. He does not. It will take a hot minute or two to be able to get him to the required hit point totals. So let's see. If we get,
I would say, do that Giant. Get there. Get those Riddies up to Nuke. Get that Rosa up to White. Do reflex strats.
No, I actually agree. I do like doing D machine grinds myself, and I think with this team, you actually can do. You actually have some interesting optimizations you can do with that. So, no, I'm all for it.
Yeah, and it's not like D machines have been prevalent on this particular flag set. We built heck, Vanilla Giant was built specifically to neuter them.
Yeah.
So
we're not saying
it'll be a nice sight to see it for once, and especially given the options that we know Dia's got under her belt, the options that Scratchdragon we know has in his mind as well that he can do. So yeah, it's a interesting one.
So someone asked in chat, have we found ethos for D machine grinds? Yes. I know there's stuff. Yeah, we have. Okay, because I was gonna say I know we found Soma drops because I think Scratch bought one. I think it was in for Bull.
No, Scratch has 4 ether ones. You don't usually find 4 just sitting around, and I believe Dia's got 2.
Okay.
Plus, they've got a Lilith Rod, and they've got Ridias and Rosas, so getting MP for that teller isn't a problem. Yeah, they've got the MP to do it. It's just, do they do it and have to power through the rest of what the giant is?
Yeah. This is also predicated on the fact that we do find A Kane here, or B and B Darkness Crystal. Actually, let's change this up slightly. What if it's no Kane, but you do get Darkness? Do you do D machine grind? Because there's a character at the end of Giant.
And let's say we don't really find anyone too big. We find another Edward, another Ridio, and a Rosa, and another Teller in the 4 spots available, because Moon does give one. I think in that sort of situation, yes, Yang doesn't really improve that too much. But there is the thing of going underground as well and looking for those sirens and skipping out on that, because you still do have options. The seed isn't over until you find that 4th objective.
Oh, hello. I think this might change the map slightly. That is a Fusoya in town.
Now you definitely go underground. You don't do giant.
Yeah, agreed.
Heck, Fu actually he says, I actually think Fu to Dia says, I don't mind if I find Kane and Darkness Crystal very soon. Fu will win this fight for me.
Yeah, like I guess at that point you go to commit to solo Fu strats then. Because that's also on the table. Huh.
And
this got interesting very quickly.
Yeah, Fu enables so much, especially with Stardust Rod and Rune Ring and Sorcerer Robe.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing what that actually enables.
If Darkness is here, we do go check the character up on the moon first before going underground. Because
I agree. Because
Kane, go mode, and then if you find Kane in the in the hook route, go mode that way. But if you don't find him in either, you continue underground down.
Yeah, because your next priority would be Dwarf. Because that's another character check.
And
at that point,
demist as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that too. But yeah, because at that point, your only characters spots you haven't checked, it would be package and giant. All right, we're going underground. That's a tower key.
Yeah.
Actually, ooh, do you check the no? Do you check the Baron spot first? Odin spot.
Ooh, yes, actually.
Yeah,
You're right here. You might as well check it. Yeah. So everything we were talking about was all theoretical anyway, and just didn't matter. But at least we got it off our chest and gave us a little bit to think about.
Oh look, I love talking theory, like of what should people know, what our runners should do. It's because and you're talking for hypotheticals, like I guess like from a viewer perspective, I think it's actually interesting to see what thought process you should be going through, at the very least, because all options are interesting.
Yeah, and you can definitely tell, or definitely believe it was going through Dia's mind. And yes, this is possibly the cane. Yes, this is possibly the darkness crystal. She's too analytical, really, to say this is what I need to do next. To not say, hey, this is what I've got to do next. If I get these things, I've got these backup strats in mind. I'll go and do them if this is the case.
So this is an interesting one. We have Asura here, which you'd think that's probably bad, except we have a mute knife on our edge. Yeah, we did say before that was going to be a big deal. So yeah, I think that's kind of played out.
Yeah, blink up everyone first. You've got blink on Rosa. You've got blink on Fu. Put wall onto Asura and let Edge go to town. And if you want, on one of your characters and let Fu reflect a nuke or two.
Yeah. No, I agree. That was what I was thinking. It was the play here, but and it's something I imagine a runner of DS caliber would has in the back of her mind. Meanwhile, Scratchdragon setting up for the Golbez fight by just
he did. Sure that... He has faced it once, but didn't win, and he's forgot to turn earning trousers off. Happens to also.
Yeah, happens to everyone. But you can see how much damage that Mute Knife Edge is doing. That's quad damage, so normally it'd be what, 800 times 4 is like 3k, 2.5 3k. That is a lot of damage.
This bot has just over 20,000. I think it's around 22,000 in total hit points. So 7 or 8 swings, or let Fusoya help with the nukes, and this fight will be done very soon.
Yeah. In fact, now.
Was it worth it, though?
Well...
The jury's out.
Yeah. Right.
Stardust Rod is great. That does give FD 2 Stardust Rods, one for Fu and one for the leveling up Rydia. You probably would have liked something a little bit more impactful, but you certainly won't say no to it.
Yeah, and like you also won't say no to levels. It is just like, I think Dia also has a charm rod already, so it's only a slight bump up compared. It's like, I think it's like five
wisdom
additional.
And use of the Stardust item command.
Yeah, which I think at this stage of the game, I don't think that's the main thing. That's because Fu is going to just carry us all the way into Zeromus at this point, I think. And there are sirens. Interesting.
Sirens here. It doesn't really matter. You're going underground anyway. You would be in checking shop. That's because we don't have a way to the moon. Even if this is Kane, you're still needing that route up. So
yeah, it's true.
Yeah, you buy them now. We've got plenty of money through having to do pretty much everything on the overworld.
Hmm.
So yeah, you buy them now, get yourself set up, don't have to come down here again, which is always nice.
No, deer had to go back for that Thunderclaw, which totally makes sense. Like there are some things where that Thunderclaw is going to come quite handy for with this edge we've got in our team.
I think she might be predicting a Odin at the bottom here. I wouldn't be a bad shout considering how things have gone so far.
I mean, yeah, that's actually that's fair. That would be a rude one. Although maybe not as much as I think it would be. Well then, well there's Arcane.
And that's the gauntlet.
Oh yes, it is the gauntlet because we've seen Water Hag already. Oh boy.
We have I want to say go-ish mode.
Yeah, we just need to find our way to Zeromus, but we have our crystal already at 50. We haven't even gone underground, and we've got our crystal just under 49 minutes in. That's amazing.
Yeah, we've had a few jet seeds in this tournament. We've had a few long seeds. This one, I think this one actually is somewhere in the middle because of how much they've had to do on the overworld.
Yeah. Like on one hand, it doesn't feel bad that that you're about to go underground just under an hour in 50 minutes, or even you're starting going through the hook route, but you have full cleared overworld completely.
Okay, theory time again. Darkness in Marsh.
Yeah. That's so many eggs you have to scramble, I think.
Yeah, but food.
And you have to go back, and you also have to go back and buy them because you only bought a stack of 10 on the other side of the field.
Yeah, but food.
Yeah, I think you just go. I think you just buy Star Veils. You buy Star Veils. You have your starting hour elixir.
You also sort of have a Dragoon Spear.
Oh, that's a good point. We do have a Dragoon Spear. Huh. That's interesting. I guess at this point we're just leveling everyone up because well, speaking of Mute Knives. But yeah, it's
finished up though, so it's just about to pick up his tail key and find out he still needs to go and do the twin harp.
Yeah, because that is actually the only, and that is actually going to feel slightly bad because it's possible he might do the Odin spot first because you're there, but no, he has to go back to that twin harp.
Yeah. Also, it wasn't Mute Knife. It was Quake.
I mean, both also work. Actually, is the first one this Lilith, or is it the green dragon?
Lilith. It's the last one, which is a green dragon. It's on the rarer end.
Right. Yep. No. Fair enough. But no, Fu is going to make very quick work of this.
Yeah. Blademan class of spirits, so if you have a weapon that does well against spirits, it's fine. There you go.
Or Quake, for that matter. Quake also works.
Quake works as well. Grudges are also spirits, so feel free to use your spirit equipment against them, or just throw Quake and let them fall in the deep ravine.
Oh yes. Hang on, I thought Quake doesn't really work too well on Marlon Z. Because it flies.
Yeah. Sorcerer Robe is a mage.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Quake.
I mean, Quake solves a... So you're telling me Quake solves a lot of problems. Why does Palm get it early, like at level 23? That's
Because Palom cheats.
mind-boggling. Yeah. What a cheater. Okay, Palom is a cheater. Confirmed.
And we're going to see this one because it's got a little bit more than 1800 health.
Yeah,
This one's
much,
got around about 2200, but
no, we are now through. But with that, we are through the hook route. We are now way to Zeromus away from Go mode, from actual Go mode.
there's no way Dia doesn't go straight to Feymarsh for the key item here, does she?
Oh no! Oh, does Tower Key and a free fight at the top change your mind there?
No.
Interesting.
It's quicker to go to the Feymarsh straight up than walk up the tower and down the tower.
Yeah, no, I can believe that. I guess if you get Pan, you do that before doing Tower.
Yeah, I think we Tower is something that you do keep in your mind and to do fairly quickly if this is a no-go. Dwarf Castle screams out and says, "You don't want to be here today."
No.
It's been a big play in this particular set of flags because of what you get from there: two bosses, a character, and a key item. But for this situation, you say, I don't really need any of that.
Like, what you're hoping for a second through? We've already seen one of the dupes already. Like, what more are you hoping for? Oh, that's the pass. That is Go mode. There we go. Oh,
that is going to Zeromus. I'm stating this right now. She's got Fu. She's got a full-powered Fu. She's going to Zeromus. She's going to utilize that Fu to the fullest extent.
So I think, well, she'll have to do some shopping first. She needs to pick up some Star Veils. For that to be really yes. I think it's Silvera. I think
you don't even need vampires. Fu.
No, you don't need
need Ether 2s and Star Veils.
Yeah, and we don't even have a character who can survive it, right? So Cure Freeze also help. We also have a starting elixir. So no, I like this. I just get up and go.
Dia is pressing her luck. No, she's done this multiple times before. She knows this fight inside and out. She is going to use Fu, a relative 1 agility Fu, to just go all out. But
okay, no, I like this. She's setting up to have a second character have the edge get to 1200. Because just to act as a backup healer for Fu. No, this is a good idea as well. Yep.
Maybe even Kane. Rosa might hit 1200 about the same time as Kane, or just do the one and go.
I think just do the one and go. Like, I think also there's a ninja hat on. Yeah, pretty sure Edge has a ninja hat.
You don't need a ninja hat on anyone because you've got a base level Rydia with 4 agility.
Oh no, I'm talking in terms of dodging. Oh wow, 1201 calculated.
Yeah, the reason why we're saying in 1200 is the threshold is because a nerf Big Bang will not ever do more than 1200 hit points. So that is the safe threshold to survive a nerf Big Bang.
Oh, and they're the E for 2s. All right, we are now officially about to go to fight Zeromus. So, Poidrak,
Yes.
I see there's some Z flags in chat. Do you know what could you think it possibly mean?
It's actually we're coming into Saturday. It's the weekend, and Saturday and
Yeah.
Sunday. Those aren't Zs; they're just backward S's to mean Saturday and Sunday are here. The question mark is just to say what are we doing on that day.
No, that's fair enough. Like I after this, I do intend to. No, I'm going to a friend's house at least. So that's good.
Yeah, I plan on sleeping after this and then spending some time with a friend of mine.
Okay,
when
that's
I
good.
wake up.
Yeah, no, good old Saturday plans. But I guess we'll stop bearing the lead. So there's over 500 different Zoroma sprites. A lot of them done by the amazing Scarlet Kitty. And it's about time we're going to ask, whose butt we are going to kick tonight. Yeah, this is going to go very fast.
Yeah.
Well,
fast-ish as much as you can with two characters that are going to survive Big Bangs. But yeah, this is going to be fairly technical. So Dia is just about to put on a clinic on how to manipulate Zeromus. Who are we going to see behind that mask? A lot of people's favourite is the hummus. The one I've been thinking about recently, I want fake hummus. I'm not sure if it's even in the pool, which is the O. Not 0, O.
O. Or we can have something from Final Fantasy 13. That's also cool. Buffinmus.
Yeah, Buffinus, or if you want to go for his full name, Buffangelus, I think it is something like that. But the really big bad from Final Fantasy 13. I mean,
yeah,
I think this is
the jerk.
Yeah, I think this is his final form.
Not. It's one of his forms. Like,
yeah, I know he's got something like 3 or 4 of them. So
yeah.
Just say it's him.
Yeah.
Really reading the counter nuke, that's perfect. You want to see that. Well, the only thing that could be better is Fu getting it because he had the Star Veil up.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think there's a Star Veil on everyone else, I think.
Wouldn't be surprising with Battle Speed 6 or Battle Speed 5, whichever one that everyone should be able to get a Star Veil up and reflect these nukes back at him until the first Big Bang. Kane and Rosa might not survive that, but that's really all you need. Throwing the crystal ensures that you're not going to do damage to Zeromus, which means he won't tip over to his next phase, so you can just reflect these nukes to finish it off.
Yeah.
Of course, you might just want to throw a direct one just for the heck of it.
Oh no, this is because everyone's veiled up. It's actually additional damage. It's basically free. Like as long as you're counting damage properly and not tipping over, it's all fine.
And I'm pretty certain Dia is going to be calculating this damage to perfection.
Yeah.
Throwing out slow as well with Rosa. Just slow the fight down for the Zeromus. Make sure he's not getting more turns than is justified. Like, yes, you are on relative 1 agility, but Zeromus can still go slower.
Yeah. And it also triggers a counter, so it's also a free damage as well. There's so many good reasons why you want to do this way.
The only one that didn't initiate a counter was Edge, but he was throwing an Excalibur and a few other things. So yeah.
Yeah. And also heads up right now, using that elixir right now for on the foo, because that's
Rosa is a boss.
Yeah.
That it doesn't mean a whole lot in the scheme of things, except quicker fight, because she's able to still use a few things to speed up Buffangulus or Zeromus killing himself with his reflected nukes.
Yeah.
Plus, it's also healing in potential for Edge.
Yeah. Yeah, because Edge is basically our chemist at this point. So, and more turns to actually use the crystal to trigger the counter. Yeah. All the things you could hope for.
Reflected nukes as well. Now, after that first Big Bang, not really a surprise. Very good little timing for it. Before the first Big Bang, you're unlikely to do the threshold for that first for it. So after that Big Bang, perfect time to switch over.
Yeah.
PK,
so PK, your question.
The answer is yes.
She did go underground.
But she only went to one space.
Yeah. Oh no, she also cracked an egg. Very important that she cracked that egg.
One egg, just. But essentially, it might as well not been a non-required underground.
Yeah.
This fight should almost be done. Scratchdragon is off at the lower Tower of Babel, so might be swapping up into there.
But we have a splash from Dia, and she is in fact our victor. GG's to Dia with a time of 1 hour, 4 minutes and 48 seconds. Dang.
Not the quickest we've had, but damn fast.
Yeah, that was a fast one. And I believe we are now joined by Dia. GG's, Dia. We cannot hear you at this point.
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you now. GG's, Dia.
Thank you.
That was a heck of a race.
I mean, Pathos had somewhere to be, so...
Yeah. So what were your thoughts going through that overworld?
I was hoping for someone I could deal some damage with on Hobbs, like a king or something, but I made sure to remember the vampires in the typo shop there when I checked it, and then just no one on Hobbs to really do damage, go do that wall. It's like, okay, I'm just going to go buy a big stack of those, get through ordeals, and then tell us on 9.
Yeah, no, I actually did. I'm a big fan of buying vampires, so no, I thought that was a good heads up play right there.
Yeah, especially with such a low damage output at starting set of characters. There's 2 Ridias, a Teller, and a Rosa with not really that much offensive gear. Those vampires were very nice to utilize.
Yeah, I was hoping for a heroine or something in a chest, but just never showed up, so what are you gonna do?
The other thing is very fast go mode. Having it before you even went underground. What was your thoughts having only Kane left to do going up in the tower into the Tower of Zot at that point? What was going through your mind in if this could be a Kane and a Darkness Crystal or something like that, not having the foo at that particular moment?
At that point, I was kind of just like, okay, let's just get through this. If this is Kane, we still need to find our way to the moon. I wasn't really thinking like 2 steps ahead, like if this is Kane and Darkness, because at that point you just get inside your own head, and that's never a good thing to do.
Okay, that's interesting. So I guess so. How were you actually think? So once you got that through, were you thinking, given that you were essentially a cane and also a way to get to Zeromus away from go mode? Did you have that 1200 HP strats in mind?
Yeah. Like as soon as you see Fu and you're like that close to go mode, like you're already kind of planning like, okay, I can just do Fu strats here. And like then like once I got above ground, like after getting the pass, I saw Edge's HP was like at that 1000 mark, so I wanted to pop just one egg, get him just above that 1200, make it a bit safer, have someone to throw some potions under Fu, and then just let the Fu with the stir dust just destroy it. See?
Yeah. I guess so. You go.
No, go ahead. No.
I was gonna say, so talk. I guess talk me through what goes through doing these strats. How do you do your counts? Well,
So for this strat, I checked both of the shops there in Troya just to check for silk webs. Because if I see the silk web, I can take a bit of a riskier strat, go for battle speed 3 instead of battle speed 6. But not saying that, I had to go battle speed 6 to get the double slow up with Rosa. And then at that point, it's just counting. You saw, like, at one point there, I'm kind of like stuck on Fu's menu, just trying to do the math in my head real quick to see if I'm safe for another nuke to his face or not. It ended up being like, if he high rolled, I think we would have been at 42k on high rolls from both counter nukes and then Fu's nuke. So we're going to be safe either way. And at that point, I just stopped counting, and that, however long it takes, just take that long.
okay.
That's a lot less technical than I was thinking, and
Yeah.
I thought first big bang. That's a good space to stop. I'll start reflecting nukes from that point.
No, I always make sure to count just to eke out whatever damage I can. Like, I had another dart with Edge. I had the Dragoon Spear still. If I counted, I could probably have thrown that at some point to maybe get a quicker kill, but not with the risk. The counts aren't completely exact, so just don't risk it, play it safe, and just do the reflects.
Definitely worked out for you today. Hey, 2-0. So off to a flying start. You've had a difficult couple of races. It's not probably not what you sort of expected to start off with. I believe it was X-Pancreas last week and Scratchdragon this week. It's only going to get a little bit tougher for you. Are you expecting to go the full 6-0, or are you expecting a loss somewhere along the line?
So for famous turn, I was going a bit harder here. I was going with like a lot more practice than I have so far for this tournament. So maybe a loss here. I'm gonna do my best to go to 6-0. We'll see what happens, and like no matter what, I'm planning on making it to brackets and winning. So that's the ultimate goal. However Swiss goes. The practice is where it really matters.
No, that is a very fair, reasonable perspective on things. Do you have any other questions there, Boy Jack? Because I'm tapped out on it.
I'm done. This feed was so fast. Dia just put on a masterclass as she usually does. So congratulations to you. Good luck in the next few rounds, and we look forward to seeing what you can do in the future.
Thank you.
All right. So that was Dia, our victor for this seed here. And while we're doing that interview, Scratchdragon found Go mode not through the famous chest, but through the tower key with our darkness crystal. So
yeah, and
so I guess
it's pretty interesting because on the screen, Scratchdragon had just finished that fight against Wyvern. And on Dia, the spoiler log spoiled it for everyone in chat, saying, this is actually the Darkness Crystals. The Scratchdragon's on his way to the moon.
Yeah. I think it will go. I think Scratch is going to be asking a whole bunch of questions about what the heck happened. But
I don't think he's going to be asking too many questions. You have to think your opponent is Dia. You know she's going to have a whole load of strategies in mind. She probably found that pass. It was such a amount of time on the overworld. She might have dived down a little bit sooner. Who knows what could have happened? And I don't think Scratch is going to really shout out loud and say this is bad, because it definitely isn't. We're an hour 13 minutes in go mode. He's going to be done fairly soon. I don't think he's going to be down about his play in any way, as he shouldn't be.
No. I mean, Scratch did play this really well. Dia's just on another level, and no, no, it's one of those things that we just shrug and say, yeah, no, she got me.
Yeah. Palom on the moon, I don't think you really take him at this point. You're going to be doing a grind, yes. Okay, or you do for the Rydia, but I'm not sure if you're going to be using him to actually fight. I believe it's more a refresh my anchor situation.
Oh well, you already have I believe you'll have a curse ring from Treasury, so your anchor situation is not going to be bad no matter what. I believe it's. I just can't try to remember how many King Ryus it is to get Palom to nuke. Let me just get. So if you look at some.
8 key items, that is around 13. Uh, 12 to 13, I believe.
For King.
12.
Yeah,
because it's 90,000 for life glitched King Ryu who's without 10 key items, and Palom needs
no slingshot as well though.
Yeah, so 900,000 for nuke, isn't it? So yeah, it'll be 10. Okay. It'll be straight on 10.
Yeah. Oh, and conveniently we have 12 sirens. So that's convenient.
How many hourglasses does Scratchdragon have?
Ooh.
The answer is 1. So going to be 1 off.
Oh, it might not be as bad actually. If we're able to set up some with using ice to get act as a buffer, we might actually be able to get multiple life glitches off. So that decreases the number of sirens you need to get through.
Yeah, but when you're at just around level 50 anyway, do you really care too much about just doing an extra one at that point?
No, if you think you're going to fall short, because as you said, nuke is 52. If Pounds only gets to 50, that may as well just be that's just less. You're not going to get nuke.
Yeah, it would be a bit quicker, but you sort of have to remember that Scratchdragon has seen Dia done, so he might just take this slow and easy and just make sure it happens.
Yeah, and I guess if you think you're that short, you do have you could always just go into the ribbon spot, and just do that.
Leveling up Tello as well. Yeah, we have that curse ring, but you don't really want to go too high on him, I guess.
Yeah, it's true.
Tello's one of those enigmas for agility anchoring, and yes, he's fairly slow, but later levels, 40 plus, he gets a surprising amount of agility. So it's not something you really want to rely on.
Yeah, I think I've done a few hero seeds where Teller is my hero, and when you get to when you have a curse ring and he ends up being I think it's at level 34, 35 where he gets to 15 agility naturally. Yeah, that's not fun times, let's just say.
Yeah, level 50, I think he has around 24 agility, which, it isn't a whole great deal, but with a curse ring that brings it down to 9, which is a fairly, it's an iffy. It's one of those iffy numbers.
Yeah, that is actually kind of iffy. I agree. But so it is kind of risky to level Teller here. I don't think I probably would have just not knocked him out to begin with, but to each their own, really.
Yeah.
Like you've been I said, well, you've lost by like at least 20 minutes at this point. No, may as well just finish off the seed, make sure and just finish.
Yeah, we're going to see a very different strategy from Scratchdragon going into this Aromas fight. Palom was brought on especially for nuke. Rosa's going to go up to white. Fu's going to be using that nuke. We're going to see reflect strats. Edge might throw that Excalibur, but that's probably going to be the limit of what he does, as a maybe throw an Ether 2 or 2. But we're going to see reflect kill the traditional way.
Yeah. No, that agreed. And I guess the King Rears have done us a favor, or we're just going to revive our Teller, I guess.
If you're going full out with Teller, you might as well go full out.
Yeah, it's fair.
He was our starting main character. We might as well see him through and see if he can stack up against Big Bangs.
Oh yeah, we actually now got a double life glitch on that King Ryu. Nice.
That's good.
There.
That should save
we have a splash on
pretty
on
much.
so...
That's the way to that nuke for Palom without that last hourglass needed.
Yeah. No, that's very fair.
Definitely, if he does it once more time. We are still going to be through this for a little bit longer, so let's have a quick shout out for what we've got coming up later on today. Starting at, has already started on the Free Enterprise channel. We've got Osgredwin versus Rumblefish. That started at 9 o'clock, so that is currently ongoing. Another intriguing race. Ace, and we do have 3 other races later tonight, not being restreamed, but we've got Twisted Flax versus Leggy Starscream, that will, which is also underway already. Golden Hades versus Moonblaze Wolf, which is also underway, and Eisenthamer versus Dr. Kasich, which actually is already underway. Wow, what all these races going on at the same time, and we're not there to watch them. We're stuck with this racing race. Why can't we be? It was
a very good set of races coming up. So it is going to be. Yeah, it was a treat to be able to commentate this with you, Poydrak.
Yeah, same with you, Infinius. Always nice to have the international affair going.
Yeah, and we can I was gonna say we can talk about culture things like cricket now, because we're just in the middle of a grind. It's pretty much on brand, right?
Well,
it's on brand for me. It's on brand for me.
It's either that or rugby.
Oh, ooh.
But
yeah. So okay, question: Union. So union or league?
I'm actually neither, but my father is league, I believe.
Ah, okay,
But
yeah, no.
But he's a more physically active person than I used to be a football myself.
Okay, fair enough. No, fair enough.
Yeah.
That's
But I was a goalkeeper, so there you go.
yeah. No. Look, at school I was also the goalkeeper because, generally speaking, but my main role was being the potato of the school. So you know,
Yeah.
I was very good at being a potato. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so was I. The goalkeeper, important part of it, but yeah, apparently PK was also there, and it's football,
Yeah.
not soccer.
Yeah, it's
But
really weird that
those people over
soccer.
over in America,
Yeah.
they just don't get it right.
You say that, but Australia doesn't calls it soccer as well, and it's kind of infuriating.
It's football.
Yeah, I agree. It's totally football. It's totally football. I agree. Because you don't. It's a sport you don't. There's only one person each team who gets to use their hands.
Well, apart from the ref.
Well, they're not really playing. They're just commentating.
Those yellow and red cards don't wave themselves.
That's true. That's also fair. That's also fair. All right. I guess while we're talking about sports, huge shout out. Please follow our runners.
I'm here for it.
A huge shout out to Dia and Scratcher. That again, no disrespect to Jack. That was he's done very well to get this do this as quickly as he's done. But yeah, please follow them. Also, a huge shout out to the rest of the stream team. Cubs Rule doing 21 doing tracking, and Daphis doing our Jetty Seed Apple. That's not one of his things, right? Jet Seeds, no.
It is one of his things. And
it is. Okay.
He likes to give us a little bit of vanilla here or there, but Jet Seeds is definitely something he is.
Yeah.
A frequent and purveyor of, I suppose.
Yeah. Fair. All right.
But yeah, give them a follow. They're doing a wonderful job behind the scenes. Our runners are doing an amazing job. Infinius is also doing an amazing job. Me, I'm just here being a voice in the background. So yeah, follow everyone.
Clearly, I'm the one that did the derail onto sports here. Come on, I can't be doing that good of a job here. Where at least you're going along with it. So I'm the one that's being the doofus here.
Let's put it half and half and just say we're both it.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. We were both the doofuses. Got it. I can accede to that.
Scratchdragon though has now finished. He's got those two. He's got everything set up. He's switched Fu over to the center. So we've got an anchor Fu. This season, we've still got a few surprises. It looks like.
Yeah,
he's a slight anchor at this point.
I'm not sure I like. Interesting.
I don't like it. With Fu having a cursed ring in this situation, Teller is the better choice for it. Even with the higher agility that he's at, because you want Fu doing the damage with his nukes. Teller can't really bring a whole lot except a few viruses. So you want this to go as expedient as possible. You don't really want to get to that second and third Big Bang.
No, which then this is probably where you have to go back and say, if your plan, if the plan was to curse food, then why give Teller levels to begin with?
Yeah,
I think I think that was an interesting decision to make in the end.
Also,
but
if
we have
plan to curse Fu, why take Teller over Rydia? Rydia would be the better choice as a damage dealer. With even Lit 3, it would be a better choice than Teller's virus. But every person has their own views about characters, so it might have just been personal preference.
Yeah, it's also fair. It does make for some interesting questions we get to ask Scratchdragon as he goes to take on Buff Antimus.
Of course, Teller does bring slow, but too quickly.
Ooh. Yeah, he's now forced to use a threat cast Big Bang. Yeah. Yeah, it's...
I've said that twice now this seed. It doesn't feel right.
No. Ooh, that's unfortunate. That is not who you want to get targeted by that. Well, I guess it's the most truth. We'll find out from the damage rolls whether this Fu is cursed or not, because it'll be pretty clear quite quickly.
By the looks of things, he wasn't, because he had the veil, star veil on him. So it's more likely that this is just a base agility Fu. I think.
No, I don't think it's cursed. Like that's 6k for a nuke on Fu with a Stardust Rod. That's.
Even with a Stardust Rod, it doesn't really. Fu's nukes aren't usually the strongest, so yeah, I can definitely see that being the base. And if we go through turn order, it likely would have been Teller, then Rosa and Palom. So yeah, this definitely seems like the way things are panning out here. I don't think it's going to matter in the long run, because he should hit everything by the end of just after the second Big Bang. From the looks of things, it's just going to be a little bit touch and go with Rosa and Fu at this particular moment.
No, agreed.
That Cure 4 on Palom definitely helps though. So Teller doing his job.
Yeah. And now he's probably going to have a nap because I think he's out of MP. Also, that damage roll, that also didn't help.
Yeah, but the Cure 4 coming out, the Starvel up on Palom. Yeah, just continuing the fight. We might see another big bang.
Ooh.
A bit of unfortunate timing on the Starvel.
Yeah.
But
oh no, that's bad.
Yeah.
I
wonder if Scratch just looked away for a moment and forgot about the Starvel issue.
Yeah.
This will be another big bang coming out. Fu and Edge and Rosa should withstand it, and there'll be a bit of a catch up from that point, but shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah. Ooh, that's also kind of bad. This is definitely a panic stations moment kind of thing.
No, this is the time you don't want to panic. You want to make sure you're actually quick, concise, getting them in. And this is a test. This is a good situation to say, what am I doing? And nothing's on the line. Maybe I'm being a bit experimental here, but it could be good knowledge for later on.
Yeah. No, that's also fair. Like, panic stations probably wasn't the right word. Oh. That high roll on Rosa. Yikes. That was a really high roll. That's like, I think that was a full health. That was basically full health Rosa. Right? It was like 2200, and she got one shot. Yikes.
Do I care to take my statement back?
No, but no. I actually agree. You should. You're right. I think if you're new around that, it's totally panic sessions. But you're right. You should not be panicking at this point. You need to. What are your outs? It's a good mentality to have. What are your outs? How do I get past this? How do I win?
No, apparently it wasn't talking to me. It was talking to Dennis. And
since we're the actually, I will not besmirch our restreamer.
He is technically controlling our voices, so we really shouldn't talk down about him too much. Looks like he's back.
That's it.
Track though. No, so that is the last Starvel, but here come. I don't think this Zeromus Buffamus has too much more in the way of health remaining.
Yeah, agreed. White should help a fair bit as well. Another nuke as well. 2 more nuke.
Yeah, as long as this Big Bang doesn't throw everything out. Now, as long as Fu survives, we've got a White and a nuke come in.
Yeah.
This may be it.
This might be enough. If worst comes to us, you do have a wall you can cast. But no, that is the Crash Bang, and that is Scratchdragon done, coming at around 1 hour and 34 minutes. GG's to Scratchdragon.
GG's, help! I've been kidnapped. I was talking to Dia. Help.
Daphus, you really shouldn't be kidnapping our restreamees. Dear, you can't take him anywhere.
I do what I want.
Help! Someone, call the police. Help!
We'll get Scarlet on him later. Don't worry, Scratch.
Yeah. All the newspapers are going to come his way, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, how about a jet seed for this round?
I mean, I was talking to Dia about it, and I was trying to figure out how I lost by half an hour, and battle speed 6 Fu strats is not something I knew existed and explains a lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's been although you've been in the community and doing this a long time, there's been a number of adjustments to how things are looked at for the Zeromus fight, and that's something that not a whole lot of people have kept up with, unfortunately. But probably something you'll be looking into a bit more.
I'm gonna point out you used the word adjustment. That's a little bit more than adjustment. And no, I mean, honestly, this seed lent itself. If you found a Fu and you could do that, that's really good. If there was no Fu, then you were doing it the normal way. I will probably look into it, but I'm thinking to myself, like, the practicalities of it. It's definitely practical, but I never learned Eddie strats either, solo Eddie strats.
Oh, so do you know 1200 HP strats, like?
Once upon a time ago, I looked into it, maybe 2 months ago, but I never really followed up on it. 2 months ago?
Okay.
Was it 2 months ago? I don't even remember when it was. But it was a fun seed. It was a really fun seed, minus the big, 2 big goofs not having the vampires and just checking the last city for vampires and dying to Gobez. It was a fine seed.
Yeah. I forgotten what I was going to say. Yeah.
Actually, I've got a question.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a question. So you have your go mode. you go peek who the character there is, and you see Palom.
Mm-hmm.
You take the Paladin, but ditch Rydia. Talk us through your thoughts on doing that, because it was an interesting point that we kind of talked about in comms of keeping Teller in the party.
You know, didn't really think about it because I had the Fu and the Tella, but if you have Fu and Tella and this is more of a comfort thing, you have more HP for weeks, and I didn't really know, like, I wasn't really thinking about like triple nuking with Rydia, Palom, and Fu, and then Whiting and all of that extra junk. I was just thinking, all right, I'll ditch the Rydia. She learns nuke super late. I'll just take the Palom and move on with my life. I was just kind of on autopilot at that point.
Okay, no, that's understandable. It was an interesting case where because you also end up keeping Teller alive at that Teller alive. So for most of that grind. So did you end up cursing that Fu in the end? I kind of missed that.
No, I didn't even really think about actually killing off the Fu. I would have used him as an anchor if nothing else. But I never needed to because I had the Fu with a crystal ring and a ninja hat, which is exact 28.
Oh, I see a 28. Nice. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So there was no reason for that. So I like keeping Fu dead for the grind was kind of irrelevant.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That's why you had that. And there were a few things like that around. I finally figured out what I was actually going to say. Is to be fair, these flag sets does indicate more of a high completion percentage, and to have go mode it before you even get underground must have been a little bit of a shock.
Yeah, no, I've been practicing seeds in my spare time, and I saw go mode, and I was like, wait a second. This might be like a sub 130, sub 120 seed if things play out right. And, well, shocker, it was a sub 105 seed.
I mean, it's one of those things where if you didn't know it was a thing, no, it's I guess you just take that as a learning experience of, okay, I can do this now.
Right. And that's really the joy of coming back to Final Fantasy. I do play on like my off time. I don't really get a lot of time to stream, but I'll always come back for tournaments. And Final Fantasy 4 Free Enterprise is the best randomizer. Everyone should play it. You can @ me. It is the best. We are the best. The community is the best. Fight me.
No fight.
No fight.
If I do fight, I'll be right there alongside you. No against you on that.
If I do fight, I'll be there flailing my arms slightly.
Oh, that's fine too. But I'm actually fairly happy with the way that the grind went. Just as an additional note, seeing that I only missed one double life.
No, that was good. I'm a big fan of getting double life. Just means you just need to buy the sirens and this hourglasses. So that works.
Yep.
So one and plenty still to play for. There's going to be 6 rounds of Swiss. 1-1. You might have thought you were going to come up at this thing going against Dia. You've faced her before, and so you know what she's all about. But going into your next few races, you're going to be changing anything up? This was an excellently run race by you, so I wouldn't expect too much change. But any thoughts about your upcoming matches?
I probably should pay more attention to the things that have come up in the last couple months, or like in the last 6 months for the stuff. But as of like my approach, I probably won't change too much. It was just I'm gonna chalk it up to a little bit of the unluckies that the vampires were in Kaipo, which was the last city I checked, and I just need to clean up my inputs. I find myself flailing a little bit in the menus when I'm not really quite sure what I'm doing. So just if I clean that up, I think I'll be all right for the next at least couple rounds.
But that's just getting back, just something that you'll get back into as you go through more of these things, and you're still in a very good position. So we look forward to seeing what you're going to bring to the table when you next few races, and see where where it takes you.
Yep, it's gonna be fun. Everyone should stay tuned. Beyond that, I got nothing else except everyone should play Free Enterprise.
Yep. I've nothing. So I do believe congratulations, and we'll let you go and have some fun doing whatever you want to do tonight.
There's some rum for me, but don't tell anyone. Have a good night, guys.
Okay, won't. Catch you later.
So, we've got a race that's just finished.
Yeah. So time to party, right? Not going anywhere, just party in this channel, yeah?
No, we're taking our party. We're going over to the Free Enterprise channel. Oh, please, no spoiling of this particular race. There are people that will be watching it back later, either on YouTube or on Twitch. So, congratulations to Dia, commiserations to Scratchdragon, but we've still got a long way to go. Infinius, take us away.
Yeah. So again, thank you. Again, thank you to our restream team. We have Daphis on doing the restreaming, Cubs Rule 21 doing the tracking. Thank you once again to Poydrak for doing this commentary for me and public carrying me. But we're going to send it over to Free Enterprise. I probably should have checked who was actually going to what the race is there. No, that is the wrong tab. Oh, I was going for the wrong fish. Yeah. So again, no spoilers. Otherwise, you get the newspaper. But yeah, we'll catch you there.